Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the spectacular Spider-Man. This is Season 1, Episode 3, Natural Selection. Now, I think this is only referring to one individual. I could be wrong, watch me be wrong, but here is my guess. Dr. Connors. And the reason why I'm saying that is because at the end of Episode 2, the last thing you see, Dr. Connors grabbing that device, and I had to look this up, it's called a jet injector or something like that. But he grabs the device he was injecting himself with. I think we saw it in episode 1, and then he was attempting it in episode 2 when his wife walked in. But the last thing you see, he grabs the device, and this is after Elektra, who was, of course, in the lab, going crazy, sending lightning everywhere, hit the vial, hit the device. And you see the liquid that Connors has been injecting himself with, some sort of altered DNA, is now altered even more. So I feel like this is going to turn him to the lizard. Natural selection, I kind of see the connection, but I don't know. Because the end of episode 1, the very last thing you see is Peter and Aunt May together. You know, him in the house and the kitchen or whatever, and then it pans to outside and Spider-Man logo in the sky. But at the end of episode 2, they make sure to show you the last thing is Dr. Connors and his wife, and the last thing he does before exiting the building with his wife is grabbing that device. So I feel like we're going to see that continuation, but watch me be wrong, and this has nothing to do with that at all, but I'm not really sure. I'm just based off the title, I'm just thinking like, maybe this is what it's referring to. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I feel like they were a great, like the first episode was a great introduction to the show, and the second episode was a great way to give us an origin of a new villain who is crazily overpowered. My only real critique was the fact that sometimes it felt like he was like just using his powers and he just knew how to do it. Like it was just so natural to him. And other times they were showing where he was like doing stuff by accident. And I kind of wish they would have done more of that because it would have felt more natural because he literally just got his powers like a few minutes before all this crazy stuff was happening. Like some time has passed, but not really. So I kind of wish they would have done a more explanation. But then again, this is a short, like it's not like an hour-long series, you know, per episode. It's less than 30 minutes. So they don't have a lot of time. So I get it. But anyways, I'm really enjoying the show. Can't wait to get to this episode because I'm enjoying the journey so far. Even though we're only 2 episodes in, I'm enjoying the journey. Here we go, guys. Episode 3, Natural Selection. Let's go.
I mean, I go to all this trouble to turn you into famous spider perps. The least you could do is keep things interesting. I always do.
I love how he's taking pictures of all this. Calling card.
Let's review that to-do list. Stop the crime? Check. Took pictures of my web-slinging self to win the Daily Bugle's photo contest.
Check. Check, yeah.
Kurt?
Yeah, right there, hon.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Right away. Right away. Like, no hesitation, no waiting. Uh-oh. Wow.
I know you've been struggling to make ends meet. But that's all about to change. Believe me.
Oh, the photos. Yes.
Yep, Aunt May's troubles are over. That
He's just leaving his Spider-Man clothes out. Oh, no.
Flash. They're useless.
He's turning into a werewolf.
We can literally heal millions.
Mom? Dad?
Hey,
Well.
partner.
Wow! Dad, your arm!
Exactly.
Dude,
Dude, he missed.
Jerk's lousy.
If you could hit a target under pressure, would we have lost to Bronx Tech? You choked like a cat with a hairball.
Damn. Okay.
Dude, you want some aloe vera for that burn?
I'm so not letting you wish away your big brain.
It's so big, how come it can't solve my problems?
Big,
It
but
takes
alright.
time. Takes time, man.
Cantaloupe boy.
Yep. More lizards.
About time. This is huge. Your lizard formula's the cure for like every lost limb and amputation in the world.
No, there's a bad side effect you don't know about yet. It's coming. It's coming.
Slow down.
What did she notice? Oh. Oh boy.
I can feel the change.
I can feel the change. Oh shit, this is quick.
So it'll remove any non-human DNA.
Even Spider.
Oh. Oh, and he's been hearing this too.
Your dad will always care about you.
Even if he turns into a monster?
Wow, this kid knows what's happening. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Yes, a mistake. Yes. Wow. Holy fuck. Wow, he's... Damn. Oh.
We can't leave now. We have to help.
Well, I can't be late. She worries.
Trust me, he's helping. He's helping.
Could he just... I guess he's scared. First Electro.
Dang.
Sorry, pal. No eating in the subway.
Careful. Nice. That's not gonna hold him though.
I have to get you back to the lab, understand?
No, he does not understand. Oh, that was cool. That slide. Dang.
Okay, Doc.
Okay.
This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. Yeah. Definitely hurts
Yeah.
me more than you.
Oh my god.
Hit the rail, webhead.
That had to hurt. Dang. Yeah, this is proving to be a lot more difficult than he thinks. Perfect picture. Oh, the phone's broke. Wow. Okay, that was really close. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is definitely... I don't know, this might be even trickier than Electro, maybe.
How did you know he needed you?
My
Peter.
spider sense was tingling?
Sure. Yeah, Spidey sense.
Hello? Dr. Connors!
Billy's gone too.
I get that reaction a lot, too. I think he's in there.
Spider-Man and... Oh! In-laws. There he is. Oh. Okay. Dang, he's fighting a crocodile.
First, make sure the polar bears don't take a midnight swim.
Yeah. That's smart. That's smart.
Surprise.
Damn it. Damn it, Aunt May. Exactly. I really wish I would have smacked him in the face.
Guaranteed to remove your toughest stains. Grease, mustard, even lizard DNA.
That was quick. And that was caught on pic. Yep.
Did you see? There's no shots of Billy or Dr. Connors or anything to prove that he was the lizard.
And that's supposed to... Bro, you ditched the antidote effort to win a contest.
Eddie, it's all right.
You're young, and faced with difficult choices, young people sometimes make mistakes.
Thanks for understanding.
I understand you, but I can't trust you. You're fired.
Damn. And he lost. God damn it, man. I wasn't expecting this.
Easiest decision I ever made.
He was about to take it. He's not going to take it.
Spidey stays because Spidey's needed. For now, anyway.
For now. There you guys have it. Episode 3, Natural Selection. I was right. Thankfully, I was right. But there was some decisions in this episode, some pretty impactful decisions I was not expecting. Especially the ending there, which I want to talk about the ending first, then we'll talk about the transformation to lizard and all that kind of stuff and the majority of the episode. But I want to talk about the ending because I was quite shocked by the direction they went. Because it ties in with the beginning of the episode. Peter was trying to take some photos of those robbers and the Flash was just getting in the way. So at the end of the episode, he gets a picture, a perfect picture of Spider-Man versus the Lizard. And they're there after the events of the whole episode in the lab, and they see where the photos were by Peter Parker. And Eddie, Gwen, they were all upset. Like, they couldn't believe that he abandoned them when all this was going down to go get pictures of Spider-Man versus the Lizard. And so now he's out of the internship. He has been fired. And Gwen is upset with him. Eddie is upset with him because they've been setting up that Eddie was starting to become really buddy-buddy with Peter. And the way it's been indicated based on the beginning of this show that Gwen and Peter have been friends for a while, it seems, at school. So to have that go down and to be told, like being told by Connors' wife, I forget her name, to Peter that I don't trust you. And Connors, he's like, I can't, I can't really throw stones. Like, I think that's what he said, but basically he just can't throw blame at anybody because he turned into the lizard. He did it to himself, so he can't really blame what transpired after that. He was just in no mood or just no emotion to have that. So I wasn't expecting that to happen. And Peter almost, like, literally inches away, seconds away from taking the formula to cure himself of being Spider-Man. But then he realized, I saved Connors. He's no longer the lizard. He can go home to his wife, and his son doesn't have to, Connors' son doesn't have to see his father be a monster, was he referenced earlier right before it happened. Wow. Crazy stuff. So let's talk about the actual rest of the episode in terms of the build up to the lizard. With Connors injecting himself right away pretty much in the episode, I wasn't really surprised. But what I liked is that the design that they went is when his arm comes back, it looks like vines coming out of a tree or something. Like you would think like Poison Ivy. I know, DC. But like Poison Ivy, where the vines would come out and all the spiraling, it looked really interesting. It was an interesting design, and then his arm came back. And it took everybody a second to go, oh, your arm's back, and they're celebrating and everything. And what I liked is that his wife noticed the scales on his back, and I don't think they cut to it before he took his shirt off to reveal some scales here and there popping up around where his arm grew back. Started to then cover his whole body. What I liked, what they did with this, is that in this show, instead, because like, if I remember correctly, in past iterations of the Lizard, like in terms of, I think, live action with the Amazing Spider-Man, and I think it was the Spider-Man from the 90s animated series, that when he became the Lizard, he transformed without anybody really noticing, or no one actually around when it happened, if I remember correctly. But in this instance, in this version, he turns into the Lizard in front of Peter, Gwen, Eddie, his wife, and then his son sees it as well. Like, everybody sees it. And they're all trying to find a way to help cure him while this is going on, while he's slowly starting to transform. So I feel like that was more impactful to the story and to the characters, is that this happened in front of them instead of them finding out after the fact, oh wait, it's Connors, he turned it. They put it together after the fact. Instead, they're all there witnessing it. The fight sequence between Peter and the Lizard, Spider-Man, whatever, you get my point, in the subway, that was a great fight. And I was starting to think, is this even more of a difficult fight than him fighting Electro in the last episode? It might be, I'm not sure, because it was a very different dynamic of a fight. You know, he fought somebody with electricity, of course, that's a very different type of, fight that he has to go into, not really knowing what to do. But now you have this Lizard that literally has no human connection. Electro is a human still, even though his powers are ridiculous in electricity and lightning and everything. But you get my point. The Lizard, he literally he can't remember. He's not thinking clearly. He's not thinking like Dr. Connors. He is just a monster, as his son was referencing. Like, he'll turn into a monster. You're not wrong, kid. He is going to. And it happened right after that. After he said that. That fight was great. And the fight in the zoo was great. And then even the point when Dr. Connors in the middle of the episode, before he starts turning, he's like, oh, why do you want me to take my shirt off to show you the scales? Why would I take my shirt off? It's cold in here. Like, he was starting to feel the temperature change. And that's why when he goes to the zoo, he goes into the reptile world, or whatever it's called. And and Peter says, it's like a sauna in here. Well, I wonder why. He really loved that heat. So then they think of the idea of going to the polar bear, and of course, keeping where the polar bears can't escape. And imagine if the whole polar bears, if Peter would not have thought that through, and the polar bears just showed up, and now Peter has to fight polar bears and the Lizard, and the Lizard has to fight polar bears. That would have been pretty interesting. But it didn't happen. But I I think it was really impactful in terms of, Peter really didn't know, Electro before it happened. He just knew that it was a guy there that was working at Dr. Connors' lab, but he didn't know him. But in this, Peter knew him since episode 1, and I think they even showed in episode 1 Connors injecting himself. So I'm pretty sure they've been setting this up right at the beginning, or indicating and highlighting it. Like, we know it's coming. I wasn't expecting it this quick, but it makes sense because this is a more impactful villain for Peter. So I think that's interesting because he didn't know the Vulture in episode 1. He didn't know who that guy was. I don't think he really even knew the guy who became Electra. I forget his name. Don't kill me. Bad with names. But with Connors, he knows. And the thing is, too, we know Eddie becomes Venom in this show. I know because there's images of Venom that I've seen online from before when people talk about it. And I've randomly come across stuff from the show before I started reacting to it. And people were really requesting it. So I know Eddie becomes Venom at some point. I don't know when. Obviously, don't know any of that stuff. I'm just saying I know eventually that happens because Venom does show up. The symbiote shows up. So with this, I think Eddie's pissed off. Eddie's clearly pissed off right now at Peter. But like, they're setting that up too. That they're setting up to Peter that there are people in his life that's going to have a huge change, some sort of, and it's going to be impactful to the story. So we'll see about that. But I mean, this was definitely more impactful than I thought in terms of going forward, because Gwen and Eddie are upset at him, and he's fired from his internship. So that's out the door. So he made a decision, and I don't think he really thought that through too clearly, but it is what it is. But overall, this show is really, really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. And the more I'm watching it, the more I'm like, this is a pretty damn good show. I had my bias going in terms of the animation style, but the more I've seen it, like in terms of, because people are saying the animation style was a specific choice, partly due to the fluidity of the action, so that there are certain movements they can pull off because of the action, because the action is very well done in this show. It actually is very well done, in my opinion. There's some great moments in this for sure. So, can't complain too much about it. But, what did you guys think of the third episode? Natural Selection. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what happens next, because now I feel like anything could happen now. Because with the way things ended, Peter's not on good terms with some people, and he has no longer an internship, so that's going to be a major impact on Peter moving forward. And the fact is, too, that vial is still in his room. He has it hidden away. Don't know if that means Aunt May's going to find it. Don't know if that means that eventually someone else is going to find it or something. I'm not really sure. Or Peter will have a judgment call again, where once again he questions, do I become normal again? Do I choose to not be Spider-Man anymore? I'm curious to know where that goes there, because they make sure to show you again and again where it's at. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.